Feast your eyes on America's newest city, the city of Starbase in the great state of Texas. Nearly a decade after SpaceX began buying up land on the southern Texas coast, residents living inside the 1.6 square miles of development, all of whom are employees at SpaceX, held a referendum, and after a near unanimous vote, only 6 opposed, Starbase is now officially America's newest city, with a brand new mayor and city commissioners and all. And it's not just Elon who's contributing to our nation's urban landscape. You may have seen this. President Trump has just ordered federal officials to reopen and expand Alcatraz, the notorious former prison complex on a small island off San Francisco that's been closed for more than 6 decades. In a post on Truth Social, Trump wrote, quote, "For too long, America has been plagued by vicious, violent, and repeat criminal offenders, the dregs of society who will never contribute anything other than misery and suffering. When we were a more serious nation in times past, we did not hesitate to lock up the most dangerous criminals and keep them far away from anyone they could harm. That's the way it's supposed to be. That is why today I am directing the Bureau of Prisons, together with the Department of Justice, FBI, and Homeland Security, to reopen a substantially enlarged and rebuilt Alcatraz to house America's most ruthless and violent offenders." And he went on to say that reopening Alcatraz will serve as a powerful symbol of law and order and justice in our nation, and it's all part of making America great again. And that's the key, the symbolism of both Starbase and Alcatraz. One, a symbol of law and order from the past. The other, a symbol of dynamism and technological flourishing for the future. That symbolism links them together in a very unique way that's going to blow your mind. But that's not the only thing that's going to blow you away. Their secret is out. Now, I'm talking about corrupt politicians in Washington like Nancy Pelosi, who have a rather unusual habit of buying and selling stocks with impeccable timing. Well, it's true. Their secret is out. Thanks to this handy SEC loophole, courageous patriots like you and I can see exactly what the big CEOs are buying up in real time. We can use that info to ride the wave of their moves completely above board. Here's the fastest way to get this information. Join me and my buddy Ross Givens this Thursday, May 8th at 3 p.m. Eastern for an absolutely free training. Ross is a master of the trading world. He's seen returns at 200%, even as high as 1,500%. So don't miss your chance to transform your financial future. Click the link below right now to grab one of the final seats with me at Ross's free training. Click that link below right now. Both Starbase and a renewed Alcatraz are spatial monuments in their own unique ways of renewed American civilizationalism, the hallmark of Trump's celebrated golden age. Now, for its part, Starbase is really the first of many more futuristic cities that are coming, as promised by Trump, in the rise of what he's calling freedom cities. Trump, who of course helped design today's Manhattan skyline, first proposed building 10 new cities throughout the country on federal land back in March of 2023, where he envisioned something akin to what we've seen of late in the design and engineering of some of the latest modern cities around the world. So take, for example, Dubai. Development began there in the early 2000s, and the city quickly emerged as a mix of dazzling modern architecture, extravagant shopping experiences, and rich cultural diversity. The city's home to extraordinary iconic landmarks like the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, as well as the ultra-luxurious hotel, the Burj Al Arab. Another stunning modern city is Shenzhen in China. Now, Shenzhen is what's known as the Miracle City by virtue of how rapidly it transformed from a small fishing village to a major global tech hub, largely due to its status as China's first special economic zone, fostering a culture of innovation, entrepreneurship, and rapid development, all while being geographically close to Hong Kong. Well, as the City Journal recently reported, Trump is promising to unleash a technological revolution, including new drone technology and the development of vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, innovative energy production, self-driving cars, and biotechnology. So this comes at a much needed time as Americans have become less mobile and entrepreneurial, largely due to the punitive taxation and stifling regulation overreach during the 4 bleak Biden years. Freedom cities would create new opportunities, reinvigorate building in the real world again, and inspire the American imagination. And it's no coincidence that this is all first beginning in the great state of Texas. Texas leads all 50 states in terms of exports, with nearly $500 billion worth of products exported in 2022 alone, an astonishing quarter of all U.S. exports combined. Texas is also home to a large and growing number of Fortune 500 companies, far surpassing California or any other state for that matter. In fact, Dallas-Fort Worth is the 4th most populous mega region in the United States, and by the 2030s, the population of the Texas Triangle regions, that's Dallas-Fort Worth, Houston, and San Antonio, is projected to surpass the entire population of Southern California. Again, this is why Texas is gaining 4 new electoral college votes in the upcoming 2030 reapportionment, all the while California is losing votes. And it's none other than Elon who's recognizing this dynamic shift away from California to Texas. In July of 2024, SpaceX moved its headquarters from California to Texas to Starbase. Musk cited a whole host of political factors in his decision to relocate his company. And he also announced that he would move his social media company X from San Francisco to Austin as well, largely for the same social policy reasons. So what we're seeing here with Starbase is in many respects the first monument to the reddening of America. The innovative and entrepreneurial dynamics of the nation have clearly recalibrated around the growing, burgeoning red states. Case in point, take a look at what's planned for deep red Oklahoma, particularly Oklahoma City. Developers are proposing the construction of what they're calling the Legend Tower. It's set to rise to an astonishing 1,907 feet, surpassing the current tallest U.S. building, the One World Trade Center in New York City, which stands at 1,776 feet, 1776. So, of course, the numbers are both significant. Obviously, 1776 for the Trade Center, but 1907, that 1,907 feet. Well, 1907 refers to the year Oklahoma officially became a state. So the Legend Tower would be part of a larger development called the Boardwalk at Bricktown, covering over 3 acres and totaling more than 5 million square feet. The complex aims to be a mixed-use marvel with residential, hospitality, retail, dining, entertainment spaces, and the like. But the key here is that this massive skyscraper project, it's not happening in New York, it's not happening in Chicago or LA, but rather in a deep red state like Oklahoma. It's actually the deepest of all red states. And here we're beginning to see in literally 3D a very remarkable shift away from blue states that ascended to prominence during the Industrial Revolution to now red states in the South and the Midwest that are growing like wildfire in what's technically referred to as the third industrial revolution, the digital cyberspace revolution. An astonishing 46 million people moved to a new zip code over the last year, the highest annual total on record. The vast majority moved from blue states to red states. In fact, the exodus out of California alone was so massive that U-Haul actually ran out of moving trucks leaving the state. I kid you not. This is why, all told, investment in new manufacturing facilities throughout red states is up an astonishing 116% in the last year alone. I mean, this is nothing less than the awakening of Trump's vision of rebuilding America. This is American civilizationalism. This is the golden age. And we're seeing 2 major structures rising that symbolize that. One, a symbol of law and order from the past, and the other, a symbol of the growing technological dynamism of America's future. Hey there, Turley Talker. You know what? I'd love to hear from you. That's why I'm launching the Dr. Steve Hotline, where you can call in, leave a question, and maybe even hear your own voice featured on an upcoming episode of the show. Whether it's about the latest political shakeup or cultural trends or how we keep pushing forward in this new conservative age, I want to know what's on your mind. Call me at 717-844-5984. Just leave your question. I'll be checking in every single week to answer as many as I can. Again, that's 717-844-5984. Your chance to be a part of the conversation. One more time, 717-844-5984. Give me a call and let's talk.